we should ask ourselves, why do we eat? Do we eat to give ourselves love, entertainment, to soothe us from the strain of life? Or do we eat for nourishment? And many of us do the former for many years of our life because these are the habits that we've acquired. But once we realize that our food is our nourishment, and we feel good, and we're happy, and we're able to do the stuff that we did when we were young, then we'll stay young. And we'll be nourished, our souls will be nourished, our bodies will be nourished, our minds will be nourished. And that's what I hope we'll all strive for. The goal is to learn and to enjoy these recipes, to be able to enrich yourself in a way that'll give you the strength and happiness that you need. The national food of Israel is falafel, fried in grease over and over again. But that's not what we're doing here. We are going to create a raw foods falafel that's just going to make your mouth water out of sunflower seeds. That will be the first dish. The second dish is a ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese not from cows and not full of hormones, but the best ricotta cheese ever, made from cashews. And you're gonna love it. So here we go with the raw foods falafel. The first ingredient is the sunflower seeds, which have been soaked and rinsed. Soak them for minimum 4 hours, drain them and rinse them. Next we need an onion. Okay, next we need garlic. So I have my garlic, I'm going to peel them. So first, I'm going to peel the onion, rinse it a bit under water so that it'll be easier to peel. Onions are great for the lungs, and it repairs any type of, the breathing passages, the sinuses, just by mere peeling. And in terms of eating the onion, not only does it cleanse the lungs, but it's great for the heart. So anybody with heart pressure issues, cholesterol, name it, onions are the best. It's also antibacterial, so it fights diseases. It fights viruses. And the same for garlic. There are many benefits of garlic. They're antimicrobial, meaning that you could even put them on a cut, and if it will stop it from any strep infection, and it will clean out a wound. We could make tea out of it to help anybody who's suffering from any type of digestive tract or cold or sinusitis. Garlic has a lot of repairing power and preventative power. So now let's take our sunflower seeds and put it in the blender. The blender is used for raw foods preparation, and once we chop it up, we would then put it in the dehydrator. Our next ingredient is tahina. I used an organic tahina, of course, ground sesame seeds, the best quality ever. If the oil does not separate in the bottle of tahina, then you know that it's fresh. The next ingredient is lemon. It calls for 1 teaspoon of lemon, which is, I put in a half a lemon, which seems to be sufficient. Next, I'm going to add some red pepper. We add some salt now.
Tell us about the salt.
The salt is Himalaya salt. It is full of minerals, 82 minerals to be exact. The body needs 92 minerals daily. We now have the spice cumin, which I will add. Gives it the taste of falafel. Now these green leafy, delicious smelling herbs is called kuzbara, or in English, cilantro. So I'm going to chop up some of this and add it to the blender. Okay, now we have 1 tooth of garlic to add to this wonderful dish. Next, I'm going to put the onions in to the Vitamix. The Vitamix is a machine, a blender, which blends the food especially for raw foods preparation. Okay, so I have the masher here. I'm going to put it on low speed to begin. I press it down, and as I'm pressing it and holding it, I'm able to get it into the machine so that it'll chop and blends it finely. There we go. I think it's the consistency that it needs to be. And I'm going to scoop it out to the dehydrator. The dehydrator is a heating element at a very low temperature so that the food maintains the vitamins and minerals. So I just scoop the ingredients into the machine so I get the ultimate yield. Now I use an ice cream scooper, which makes it look nice and gives it the right shape. As you could see, I'm scooping it into a ball. I'm going to be using cashews, and it's called a cashew ricotta cheese. You're going to love it. The first ingredient is a peeled lemon. I'm going to cut the lemon into quarters and drop them into my fabulous Vitamix. Here goes. Next, we have 3 cloves of garlic. Slice them a bit and then put them into the Vitamix. Next, parsley. Now, parsley is going to give it lots of flavor. Well, I just wish to cut it up a little bit also and stick it into the blender. ¼ onion, sliced. And the greatest thing is that I don't have to slice it real small and then end up crying. We next have 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We have 1 teaspoon of sea salt. So I'm going to use my Himalayan salt. Okay, and next I'm going to add the cashews. The cashews were soaked for a couple of hours, the minimum 2 hours. I then drained the water and rinsed them. So after I rinsed them, I put them in the fridge until I was going to use it here today. And our last ingredient is water. I use filtered water, reverse osmosis. It's been refrigerated, so it's nice and cold. I'm going to pour ½ cup to start. Then as it's blending, I could always add water to get it the consistency of ricotta cheese. And I just cover it. I then have my wand. This will help crush it. And if I need to add more water, I'm going to pour some water now, just in case I need more. Okay, so here goes. Would you like to taste?
I'd love to taste it.
Okay, you tell me if it's the right consistency, because I am not a big cheese person, and you'll be the expert. I think it's the right consistency.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Is that
Really
amazing?
good. Oh, I'm really glad I'm doing this because I get to eat at the end.
That's the best.
Oh.
See? Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad it's to perfection.